Our lesson today is called the ratio. What is the meaning of the ratio? Meaning of ratio. It's a method of comparing between two quantities or more have the same kind and the same unit by division. If we have 4 apples and 3 oranges, I need to find the ratio between the quantities of apples and the quantities of oranges. We will say the ratio between the number of apples and the number of oranges is 4 to 3. We can write this ratio in 3 different ways. 4 to 3, this is called word form. 4 over 3, this is called fraction form. 4 to 3, this is called simple form. These 2 dots is a symbol of the ratio. The numbers 4 and 3 are the terms of the ratio. 4 is the first term, or we called it antecedent. 3 is the second term, or we called it consequent. The ratio of 2 numbers. If you need to find the ratio of any 2 numbers equal the first number over the second number. Notes. Order is very important. 3 to 4 not equal 4 to 3. If we said the number of apples to the number of oranges, not the same if we said the ratio between number of oranges to the number of apples. The order is very important. Ratio must be in the simplest form. 3 ways to represent ratio: fraction form, word form, simple form. Ratio has no units. Ratio must be whole numbers. Let's see how to simplify ratio. All even numbers are divided by 2. Exercise 1. 8 to 12. Now we have a ratio between 2 whole numbers. We said that ratio must be whole numbers. Then we have a ratio between 2 whole numbers. But is this the simplest form for the ratio? No, both of them are even. Then we divided both of them by 2. 4 to 6. We divide 8 by 2 equal 4, and we divide 12 by 2 equal 6. Now we have a ratio 4 to 6. Is this the simplest form? No, both of them are even again. Then we divided by 2 again. 4 divided by 2 equal 2, and 6 divided by 2 equal 3. Is this the simplest form for the ratio? Yes, this is the simplest form because 2 and 3 are 2 consecutive numbers. Let's see exercise 2. 72 to 48. 72 and 48 are 2 whole numbers. Then we need to find the simplest form for this ratio. Both of them are even. We divided both of them by 2. 72 divided by 2 equal 36. 48 divided by 2 equal 24. We have a ratio 36 to 24. Is this the simplest form? No, both of them are even again. Then we divided by 2 again. 36 divided by 2 equal 18. 24 divided by 2 equal 12. We have a ratio between 2 even numbers again. Then this is not the simplest form. We need to simplify again, divided by 2. 18 divided by 2 equal 9. 12 divided by 2 equal 6. 9 is an odd number. Then we can divide it here by 2. But this not the simplest form. Can you know? 9 and 6 can divide it by what? Yes, divided both of them by 3. 9 divided by 3 equal 3, and 6 divided by 3 equal 2. 3 and 2 are 2 consecutive numbers. Then this is the simplest form of the ratio. Any number is divisible by 5 if its unit is 0 or 5. Let's see how to simplify ratio with unit 0 or 5. 30 to 45. Here we have a ratio between 2 whole numbers. I need to simplify ratio. because ratio must be in the simplest form. The first term, its unit is 0, and the second, its unit is 5. Then we divided both of them by 5. 30 divided by 5 equals 6. 45 divided 5 equals 9. 6 and 9 can be divisible by 2. No, because 9 is an odd number. 2 can be divided by even numbers only. Then we check to divide by 3. Yes, both of them can be divisible by 3. 6 divided by 3 equals 2, and 9 divided by 3 equals 3. We get the ratio 2 to 3. Is this the simplest form? Yes, this is the simplest form because 2 and 3 are two consecutive numbers. Exercise 2. 25 to 45. Both of them are whole numbers. Then start to simplify the ratio. The first term, its unit is 5, and the second term, its unit is 5 also. Then we divided both of them by 5. 25 divided 5 equals 5. 45 divided 5 equals 9. The simplest form, 5 to 9. This is the simplest form because 9 can't be divisible by 5. Then this is the simplest form. Exercise 3. 50 to 75. The first term, its unit is 0, and the second term, its unit is 5. Then we divided both of them by 5. 50 divided by 5 equals 10. 75 divided 5 equals 15. Again, we have a unit 0 and 5, then divided both of them by 5. We get the simplest form 2 to 3. Any number is divisible by 10 if its unit is 0. Exercise 1. 120 to 80. Here we have the ratio between two whole numbers. We need to simplify this ratio. The first number, its unit is 0, and the second number, its unit is 0 also. Then we divided both of them by 10. We get the answer 12 to 8. Both of them are even. Then start to divide by 2. We get the ratio 6 to 4. Even again, divided both of them by 2. And we get the simplest form 3 to 2. Exercise 2. 2100 to 3500. The first number here end with 2 zeros, and the second number end with 2 zeros also. Then we divided here by 100 according to the number of zeros. Then we get the answer 21 to 35. We check to divide it by, both of them can divide by 7. Very good. 21 divided by 7 equals 3. 35 divided by 7 equals 5. 3 and 5 is the simplest form. Exercise 3. 7000 to 6300. The first term has 3 zeros, and the second term has just only 2 zeros. Then we divided here according to the least number of zeros. We divided both of them by 100. We get the answer 70 to 63. Both of them can divide by 7. Then 70 divided by 7 equals 10, and 63 divided by 7 equals 9. And this is the simplest form because 10 and 9 are two consecutive numbers. To simplify ratios with decimal point, multiply each term by 10, 100, 1000 according to the number of decimal places. Did you remember? We said that ratio must be whole numbers. Now we have a ratio between two decimal numbers. We need to convert decimal numbers to whole numbers. Check how many decimal places do you have in each term. We have here one decimal place in the first and one decimal also in the second. We multiply both of them by 10. If you have one decimal place in the two terms, multiply them by 10 to get the ratio between whole numbers 28 to 36. Now the ratio become a whole numbers. Then we start to simplify this ratio. Both of them are even, divided by 2. 28 divided 2 equal 14. 36 divided by 2 equal 18. Both of them are even, then divided by 2 again. We get the ratio 7 to 9, and this is the simplest form. Exercise 2. 0.5 to 0.25. We said before that ratio must be whole numbers, but we have here a ratio between two decimal numbers. We must check how many decimal places we have in each term. According to the term which has more decimal places, we multiply it by 10 or 100 or 1000 according to the number of decimal places. The first term has one decimal place and the second term has two decimal places. Then we multiply here by 100. 0.5 times 100 equal 50. 0.25 times 100 equal 25. Now we have a whole numbers. We start to simplify the ratio. The first number, its unit is 0, and the second number, its unit is 5. Then we divided both of them by 5. 50 divided by 5 equal 10. 25 divided 5 equal 5. 10 to 5. The first number, its unit is 0, and the second number, its unit is 5. Divided by 5 again. To get the simplest form, 2 to 1. Exercise 3. 3 to 1.5. Now we have a ratio between whole number and decimal number. Check how many decimal places we have. We have one decimal place. Then we multiply the two terms here by 10. Don't forget, we multiply the two terms. 3 times 10 equal 30. 1.5 times 10 equal 15. Now we have a ratio between two whole numbers. We start to simplify them. Divided both of them by 5, because the unit of the first is 0 and the unit of the second is 5. 6 to 3. Divided here by 3. We get the simplest form, 2 to 1. To change a fraction to whole numbers, circle denominators, multiply them together, multiply the second step by each fraction again. Let's see an exercise. Exercise 1. Now we have a ratio between two fractions. To change fractions into whole numbers, because ratio must be a whole numbers, we circle denominators and multiply them together. 4 times 6 equal 24. That means we multiply each term by 24. 3 over 4 times 24 equal 18. 1 over 6 times 24 equal 4. Now we get a ratio into whole numbers. Now we start to simplify this ratio. 18 to 4, both of them are even. Then we divided here both of them by 2. 9 to 2, and this is the simplest form because 9 can't divisible by 2. Exercise 2. 2 over 5 to 25 over 8. Now we have a ratio between fractions, but ratio must be whole numbers. Circle denominators, multiply them together. 5 times 8 equal 40. We multiply 40 by each term. 2 over 5 times 40 and 25 over 8 times 40. We get 16 to 125. Now we have even and odd number. We can't divide it here by 2. Can we divide by 3? No, we can't. Can divide by 4. 16 can divide by 4, but 125 can't divisible by 4. Can we divide by 5? 125 can divide it by 5, but 16 can't. Can we divide by 6? No. Can we divide by 7? No. Can we divide by 8? 16 can divide it by 8, but 125 can't divisible by 8. Can we divide both of them by 9? No. Then this is the simplest form for this ratio. Exercise 3. 3 to 2 and a quarter. Did you remember? If you want to write a whole number in a form of a fraction, you can write it over 1. Now 3 is a whole number. I need to write it in a form of a fraction. I will write 3 over 1. 2 and a quarter is a mixed number. Keep it as it is. Now we have two denominators, circle denominators. Multiply them together. 1 times 4 equals 4. That means we multiply each term by 4 to get the ratio into whole numbers. 3 over 1 times 4 equals 12. 2 and a quarter times 4 equals 9. Now my ratio become a whole numbers. I need to simplify my ratio. Divided both of them by 3, we get the answer 4 to 3. Is this the simplest form? Yes, because 4 and 3 are two consecutive numbers.